Hey up, Rayvers. Get your tinfoil hats on, because I've got one for you conspiracy theorists. Today, yes, conspiracy theorists, yes. It's Capricorn One. Yeah, now, Capricorn One, it ain't to do with astrology. You know, no Mystic Meg or Russell Grant popping up in this one. No, this is about NASA's first manned mission to Mars. And the film kicks off just as our team of astronauts, James Brolin, Sam Waterston and the problematic O.J. Simpson, just as they're about to launch and fly off to Mars. But right at the very last minute, some Jobsworth sticks his head into the capsule and goes, "Right, fellas, come on, we've got to bugger off, let's get out of here." And they're saying, "Oh, what's going on? But they're smuggled out, and the launch carries on as if everything is normal. But unbeknownst to the watching crowd, there's no bloody astronauts on the rocket ship. And Hal Holbrook, head of the NASA Mars programme, explains to the crew what the bloody hell is going on.
Guess what? We had a screw-up.
And it transpires that the powers that be knew that the life support capsule were knackered weeks before the launch. But if they made it public, then the funding would be cut from the space programme, and this lot wouldn't be able to pursue the fantasies of flying into the galaxy and stuff like that. So to maintain the facade that the mission has in fact gone to Mars, they've created a film studio of Mars. And James Brolin and his mates are given the ultimatum that they've got to cooperate with the lie, or there'll be repercussions.
What about our families?
There's a device. It's on the plane, too. There's some people, if I don't give them the all-clear signal, they'll explode it.
What a turd. But yes, an intriguing premise. I think inspired by the rumour that the 1969 moon landings were hoax. Filmed by Stanley Kubrick. Now, I can't believe they were hoax. I remember watching the footage presented by Cliff Mitchell-Moore. Cliff Mitchell-Moore, he were honest, he wouldn't lie to me, would he? He wouldn't lie if it were hoax. Unless he didn't know. There's no footage, apparently, survived of the BBC's coverage at moon landings. But you younger viewers will remember Cliff Mitchell-Moore from presenting Holiday. Yes, legendary BBC presenter Cliff Mitchell-Moore, weren't it? He wouldn't lie to me about the moon landings, would he? I mean, he'd try and push overpriced holidays on me that I couldn't afford, but he wouldn't lie to me, would he? Yeah. Oh, that's lewd, that is. God, bloody hell, I need a lewd themes warning for this, don't I? Yeah, the title sequences to BBC's holiday programme were lewd. They were lewd. Disgraceful. Whoever's edited them title sequences is a pervert. Never mind Cliff Mitchell-Moore. Part of me expects it to be holiday presented by Robin Asquith.
Oh, the sun brought out the crumpet, all right.
Anyway, I digress. Over at the NASA headquarters, an engineer notices what seems to be an incorrect readout because he spots that the signals for the television pictures that they're getting from the spacecraft are nowhere near as far away as they should be for a spacecraft that's on its way to Mars.
The television signals are coming in ahead of the spacecraft signals. It's like they're closer or something, much closer.
Ickle does he know. Anyway, after getting the brush off from his superiors, he mentions it to his mate, Elliot Gould, giving a nuanced performance as journalist Elliot Gould.
Those signals couldn't have come from 300 miles.
Which signals?
The television transmissions.
I think I just sobered up. Would you tell me what you just told me again?
But no sooner has he spilt the beans, it disappears. And it becomes evident that there's dark forces at work, as Elliot Gould firstly tries to track him down to his apartment, only to find that his identity's seemingly been erased, before then nearly crashing and dying after somebody's tampered with his brakes on his car. Hope he remembered to clunk click. Now, you can tell this is a 70s film, because it has a very cynical, distrusting view of folk in power. I can't imagine NASA were overly happy with it, to be honest. But it could be a symptom of folks' mistrust in authority after things like the Watergate scandal, you know, where President Nixon lied to everybody. Yeah, you wouldn't get that sort of cynicism in the 80s and 90s, would you? Now, who knows, but with the current state of world politics and the levels of mistrust in governments and leaders, don't be surprised if we get another spate of cynical films questioning authority. Any road, the astronauts have to maintain the charade of pretending that they've actually gone to Mars. And they have to do messages back to their loved ones. And the baddies are thinking, oh crikey, are they gonna tell the truth? They're gonna drop us in the shit here or not?
You sound so close. It's hard to believe you really are that far away in space.
It's hard for me to believe it, too.
But then things get really interesting when the spaceship blows up on re-entry. So officially, they're all dead. And the astronauts suss out that something's gone tits up.
We are dead.
What?
We're dead.
Shit, I was such a terrific guy.
And they know that they've got to do a runner, otherwise they're going to get bumped off to cover up the lie. So they manage to escape from the confines and they nick a plane, but it runs out of fuel and they have to land in Megalith Desert. And they set off to try and make it back to some sort of population centre where they can be seen and so they can expose the lie. But it's a race against time because they've got to do that before the baddies can find them and bump them off. But of course, all the public and the family think they're dead. So they're all grieving for them. And we get to see some great acting from James Brolin's wife, who's soldiering on and putting on a brave face to the outside world. Now, it's a very touching scene, this. Brilliant acting from Brenda Vaccaro, or however you pronounce it. Because she's reading a book to her kids at bedtime. And she's got a bit of the stiff upper lip. She's containing her grief for the sake of the kids. As she's reading this tongue-twisting Dr. Seuss poem.
First, I'll make a quick trick brick stack. Then I'll make a quick trick block stack. You can make a quick trick chick stack. You can make a quick trick clock stack.
Yeah, very impressive scene, this. Not least because she doesn't trip up on the tongue twister. She doesn't say dick or cock. Very good, very good. Any road, we're treated to a thrilling climax to the movie, as the astronauts are trying to make it back to society before the baddies can get hold of them. And all the while, Elliot Gould is figuring out what's cracked off. And is he able to find the astronauts before the baddies do? Now, there's some very tense scenes, very exciting scenes in this. Not least when the baddies are hunting down the astronauts. And the baddies are portrayed by these evil helicopters. Now, I reckon it's clever the way the director does this, because it sort of gives the helicopters personality. They sort of turn around and talk to each other almost. And whenever they appear on screen, oh, you got a sense of dread. Oh, it's the baddie helicopters are there. Oh, God. And the sense of tension is heightened even further, courtesy of yet another cracking Jerry Goldsmith soundtrack. Now, something I've noticed that was pretty common in a lot of films in the 1970s is that you've got a lot of great minor characters who are really fleshed out. You've got this horrible congressman who abuses his power to bully people.
We'll need another pair for my wife.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, don't make a fuss. That's all right.
I said we'll need another pair for my wife.
And Elliot Gould's newspaper editor, who takes a lot of pleasure in firing Elliot Gould.
I love that so much, I'm going to say it again. You're fired. You're through. Oh, I love it.
And the vice president, he's a pervert. You catch him ogling young ladies' bottoms at the space shuttle launch.
It's that big, tall, white thing over there. Can't miss it.
Now, there's a lot of good performances in this. Elliot Gould is always good value. I mean, he's always Elliot Gould, but he's good value, he's entertaining. And as I say, Brenda Vaccaro, superb. And Al Holbrook, he's excellent as the NASA chief, who's lost all perspective and lost some of his humanity. James Brolin gives that sort of square-jawed hero performance, while Sam Waterston, he's a sort of joker in the pack, he's always making gags.
Fuel, there's no goddamn fuel. I told you never to take a trip without checking the tank.
And O.J. Simpson doesn't say a lot, probably for the best. Great ensemble cast this, great stuff. Okeydoo, on to Ray's ratings. Well, I were intrigued by the premise of this movie, so we're interested to find out what it were about, and I'm hoping for a 3-star film. And I've got to say, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I've seen it plenty of times now, and never disappoints. Always enjoy watching it. Some great acting in it, great characters. You know, some of the incidental characters, very good. Another cracking Jerry Goldsmith soundtrack, and also brilliant tension built by the director, and some gripping scenes and all. And who doesn't love a conspiracy theory, eh? So I'm rating Capricorn One a 4.5 star, 3-star film. Oh, now, hey, as if it weren't good enough, I nearly forgot to mention that as the film gets into its thrilling final act, we get a bit of bonus telly time.
Who loves you, baby?
Yeah, Telly Savalas pops up in a scene-stealing cameo as a crop duster who gives Elliot Gould a ride. Plays a pretty awkward character. Seems to enjoy calling everybody perverts.
He became a lawyer. I think he's a pervert, so I took the A away from him. And I think you're a pervert! Perverts!
Yeah, I don't think he's using the term pervert in the right context there, Telly. He doesn't seem to know what a pervert is. The vice president ogling them ladies, he were a pervert. Hey, maybe he was the bloke who did the title sequence for BBC's holiday programme. Well, I hope you enjoyed my review of Capricorn One, Rayvers. And if you see it on ITV4 or something, then give it a watch. Bloody good film. And remember to poke the like button for me. Give it a good old poke. Share Ray reviews with your mates. And subscribe if you ain't already a subscriber. Much appreciated. And yeah, keep the comments coming. Love reading your comments. I'm dead busy at the moment, so apologies if I'm not able to respond. I've just got a lot on at the moment, but I do really appreciate the comments. Thank you. And thank you for watching as always. And copyright box permitting, I will be back with you again very soon. So I'll see you next time. Okeydoo.